Also fine if I screen record at all.
That's fine. That is fine.
You're
Any
good
type
with
of,
that? Okay.
yeah, I'm fine. Any type of promo you want to do, I'm with it. All about
Thank
collaboration,
you.
sis.
Oh,
I'm all
good.
about
Okay. Good, good, good,
it.
good.
First of all, shout out to Clubhouse for making these
Yeah.
collaborations happen.
What?
Yo, it's
They're
ridiculous. Oh, I think I lost
amazing.
your video. Where'd you go?
Did you? Am I
There
back?
we go.
Wait,
Boom, you
three,
back.
two.
I know
Okay.
that's right with the camera.
Let's get naked, like we used to do, like we used to do. Don't step on the floor, baby, me and you, baby, me and you. Let's get naked, let's get naked.
Don't play.
All right, so I started
Shoot.
recording.
I like my stuff
Family,
right.
listen, family, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Let's Get Naked with MzMo Fella. I am so excited today. I first of all, you just heard me giving shout outs to Clubhouse. I met this beautiful lady through this awesome room. I can't even remember the title of it. I feel like it was eons ago, but a room in
I
Clubhouse where
know.
we
I know
were.
the title.
Come on, drop it for me, sis. Drop it.
It's Got a Blessed Life. Isn't that? It has to be it because I'm on there every single day.
There we
I
go.
don't play around.
I know that's
Yeah,
right.
I'm on there every day.
So what's good about Clubhouse, everybody talks about the messy stuff that happens on Clubhouse, but there are some really awesome rooms that are in there for people who just want to share their spiritual growth, just encourage each other and really keep things positive. So I stumbled upon actually this lovely woman stumbled upon me in the Clubhouse room, and she hit me up on Instagram, and I asked for a brief synopsis of her story, and just reading it blew my absolute mind. So I had to have her here today. I was just telling her, I feel like 2020 1000% tested us in a whole different level. And we as Black people always joke about our superpowers being activated on December 21st, but I feel like 2020 did it well before December
Yeah,
21st. So
it
I
did.
have the beautiful, the lovely, look at it, Melanin Magic, Miss Claybrooks, forgive me, Mrs. Claybrooks in the building. How are you?
Hey, I'm wonderful. And if you did know, I go by Queen Fierce. I need to
Ooh,
change that. No, and it's okay because I'm still
okay.
Mrs. Claybrooks. My husband is amazing. I
I
don't
know
mind
that's
being
right. I
Mrs.
know
Claybrooks
that's right.
any day. Any day. He's amazing. So I
So I'm
don't
sorry,
mind that,
Queen
but
Fierce though, for the
it's okay. Yes,
individual
people
in
know me
you.
best. Yes, for
Yes.
Queen Fierce.
Congrats.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I
yes.
love that name. I'm never gonna forget that again. You got me together.
Thank you. No, 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 it's
I'm
in
messing
love
with
though,
you. I'm
but
messing with you.
it's all in love.
Now I
Man,
brought you.
listen,
I just want
no,
to,
go
if you
ahead. I'm
could
so
run
sorry.
your, no worries. If you could just run your brief resume before we get into your story as to why specifically you're here. Tell them about the business side, sis, because there's always some business going on within our community. A lot of us are doing major things outside of our personal stories. So real quick, run your
Yeah.
resume for them.
So, just real quick, a few things about me. I am a wife and a mother of three incredible children, and I'm
Yes.
from the city of Detroit. I still reside here.
Come on.
I am a community activist. I
Mm-hmm.
am a speaker. I am
Mm-hmm.
a mentor. Our family owns a brand called Melanin. It's the state and art of being Black and loving everything
Yes.
about it.
Come on.
Uh, we gotta. I can go on and on and on and on and on, but I just be like, I want to get to the part where I'm talking about Jesus.
I know that's right. Come
Like,
on. Come on.
I might be, I'm super, super cool from what I've
Mm.
heard, but God is so much cooler. I just be like,
I'm
I
just a
want to,
reflection
I
of
want
it.
to, that's it.
I know that's
That's
right.
it.
So let's get straight to it. I'm all about it. I'm all about getting straight to it. So I really want to
Yes.
create this space where you can really just tell your story in your own words. Explain to the audience, explain to my Let's Get Naked family what 2020 looked like for you, Queen Fierce. Tell them.
2020 for me looked like not knowing if I was going to live
Mm,
3 times.
Jesus.
Not once, but 3 times. And you're
Mm,
not talking to a girl who has been in and out of the hospital with medical issues. You're talking about an attack, and extremely fatal attacks on
Mm.
my body, my mind, and my heart in 1 year.
Jesus.
It started in March at 5 months pregnant with our now 9-month-old.
Yes.
Um, she's so sweet. We'll talk about her at some point. At 5 months pregnant, I got the flu with her. Haven't
Mm.
had the flu since elementary school.
Wow.
Haven't had the flu since elementary school. That was fatal. I was on bed rest for that. God brought me out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in March, still pregnant,
Mm.
I got COVID,
Mm.
and I got every symptom that you could ever imagine. You know how some people got and they were like, I just got a fever and a runny nose. I
Yeah,
don't feel
no.
good. I feel tired. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
no, I was 7 months pregnant. I could barely lift my head. I did not eat for 4 days. My husband was
Jesus.
sliding food in the room, and they said I couldn't stay at the hospital because I was pregnant. They
Wow.
were
So
like,
technically you would have been hospitalized. Otherwise, you would have been hospitalized, but
I
because
went
you were
to the
pregnant.
hospital.
Wow. Okay.
Yep, I went to the hospital. They were like, what we have to do, because we're not even sure if you're going to make it, to make sure that the baby makes it, we got to send you
Wow.
home. So for 2 weeks, and then I missed my son's birthday. He was on the other side of the bedroom door, my son's first birthday.
Oh
He
my
had started
goodness.
walking like 3 weeks before that. I missed, like, because I was on bed rest.
Mm-hmm.
God brought me out of that. I got
Mm.
pneumonia right after COVID.
Woo. Can we just take a moment? Can we take a moment? Let's just kind of pile it up really quickly so people can get an
Just real quick.
idea. Just real quick. No, I want to summarize
snowball.
this and make it very clear. Like, this woman is pregnant already.
Yeah, I
That's
was
a
pregnant
huge deal
already. That's
by
already a
itself.
thing.
Already by
Okay.
itself. You then have to
Already.
deal with the flu. We all deal with the
Yeah.
flu before, and we're like, oh, okay, it's nothing, but it's a whole different deal when you're pregnant and can't just medicate how you normally would, right?
You can't take
Then
any medicine.
nothing, right? Then you
can't
get
take
hit with
anything.
COVID. We all joke, we all play games, but I've witnessed it secondhand. I can't say firsthand, but I've witnessed the
Yeah.
severity of COVID, and that is no joke. You understand me? Mind you,
It was no joke at all.
while pregnant. Again, not able to do the
Mhm.
normal things that you normally would do if you were sick, or take the medications that you normally would. And
Exactly.
hospital can't even take you in to care for you because they're concerned about the health and well-being of the baby. Unfortunately, that came before your health and well-being. I mean,
Exactly.
fortunately and fortunately,
And
in the
exactly.
in the
And
same
that's how
breath.
I felt. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I guess if it were the matter at hand, I would say, yeah, her life
Before
over
mine.
mine,
Yeah.
definitely. But just to hear that, and I'm like, okay, so go home.
That's
You want me to
unreal.
go home? Okay, Lord. Okay. I
So what does
trust you.
that look like when you get sent home from the doctor? I have to get back to that. When you get sent home from the doctor and they pretty much tell you, we're only sending you home to try to,
To see what's
preserve
going
the
to
life of
happen.
this baby, pretty much.
Exactly.
How do you process that? How do you do that?
I'll be completely honest. I couldn't.
Yeah.
And my husband was just like, he knows that when I can't say anything, that 9 times out of 10, I'm really trying to allow the Holy Spirit to minister to me, because I know how detrimental it is if I let the wrong thing come out of my mouth, in the midst of that trial. I can either be pushed through the storm, or I can be compelled and snatched back by it. And I was just like, okay, Lord, okay. And my husband was like, we're gonna trust God.
I know that's right. And I'm getting emotional because I feel like it's been an overwhelming theme just today. I woke up today in the spiritual realm, just really praising God and thanking him. Heavy.
Yep.
And just hearing that message of that faith. You understand me? And I'm not, I self-proclaim on this. It's crazy. I self-proclaim on this podcast, I'm far from religious, but I'm 1000% spiritual, and I believe in God.
Yes.
There's no question about that. But just that faith to know, like, it's either my life or my child's, but when it's all said and done, God has the final say. So I'm going to trust in that. That's powerful.
Because he never messed up before.
Woo.
I think if he messed up one time, then I could say, nope, but God, wait, that was that
Remember
one
that time
that you did, but I can't.
Yeah.
So I'm compelled and I'm admonished to, I'm admonished. It's kind of like at this point in my life, and the next health scare is really gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
It's like at this point in my life, is if you don't trust God,
what
how
are
could
you
you
doing?
not though? Like really seriously, you see all of that back there that he brought you through.
Yeah, I
and
know
you
that's
still
right.
playing. So
I know that's right. So all right, the God gets you through being at home with COVID and through the worst of it.
And
you
nobody in the house got it, by the way.
Woo, won't he do it?
And we have a 12-year-old and almost 2-year-old, and like I said, a 9-month-old. My husband and none of our children got it, and I was quarantined here. So you know that's God.
Come on.
My son was coming in that room, okay?
He was like, I'm not staying. I know he's not
banging
stay away from my mama.
He was like, my mom is in the room. Why is she's not coming out? This is not normal.
Yeah, and he couldn't stay away. And I understand we get the severity of it. These babies do not care. That is my mama.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know what I mean? And I get it. Now tell me, after dealing with COVID and all of that, so you got pneumonia, I'm sorry, flu, COVID, and then it led to pneumonia right afterwards. What does that look like after just coming out COVID-free, quote unquote?
I just thought it was like a leftover cough. And I'm so gotta push through it anyway. I was just like,
that black woman syndrome
that just won't go away. You know, so I'm gonna drink some green tea, some emergency. I'm gonna take my cod liver oil, you know, whatever. And no, the cough didn't go away. And I ended up having a fever. That's what sent me back to get checked out. And they're like, yeah, that's pneumonia. But glory to God, they didn't have to drain my lungs. They were saying if I did have fluid in my lungs, but that if the medication they gave me did not work, they would have to do a very minor surgery on me.
And mind you, you're still pregnant throughout all of this. You're still pregnant.
I'm still pregnant. I'm like, y'all not doing nothing to me while I'm you're not gonna touch me.
Yeah.
So God, you're gonna have to do something because nobody's touching me. I need you to touch me, Lord.
Yeah. I feel like that touches on so many different levels. So I mean, I want you to get into the story about pneumonia, but there's so many different levels of issues with what you had to deal with. You know what I mean? I feel like us as Black women trying to get care, and I mean, then you add the pregnancy on top of it, and I feel like that Western medicine doesn't know how to handle us. They don't know how to fix us, quite frankly. So they'll make the worst decisions for us, and they'll be like, you know what, but it's for the sake of the baby, and we know as women we're gonna die for our children.
Exactly.
So, but I just feel like Western medicine, y'all got to do better. We got to have some better remedies or better solutions for women that are melanated. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But I'm sorry. Continue, sis. Continue.
So, the pneumonia did not take me out. I did not have to get surgery, thank God.
Yes.
But would you believe me if I told you that August 24th of last year, I had a stroke out of nowhere. I had a stroke in front of my husband and our 3 children.
And never had any type of preconditions, nothing. Yo.
I had a stroke in front of my,
What does that even look like? What does that look like?
That looks a lot like I'm falling all over the place. I can't talk. I'm biting my tongue, and it looks like being carried out our front door by the EMS. It looks like I can't walk, talk, chew, or swallow. It looks like a liquid diet. It looks like someone changing me and helping me use the bathroom from the bed. But then it looks like 4 days later, walking out of that hospital.
4 days later?
It's on video.
Oh, come on. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. I like that. I like that now.
4 days.
But did you have this stroke and you were still pregnant, or did you already have the baby by that point?
I had the baby May 20th.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And
so
then,
can you tell me, were there any effects on the baby from you having
she's perfectly fine.
Oh, come on, God.
She has no health issues. She has no mental, she's perfectly fine. All 10 fingers, all 10 toes, no skin issues, a beautiful curly full head of hair, bright, beautiful eyes. Nothing's wrong with her. And can I also tell you that after my 12-year-old, I was never supposed to be able to have any more children. I had a 3% chance.
You are just a walking miracle, and we're gonna get to
Hey,
the end
girl.
of you better just be a walking miracle, and I love it. That's why I'm glad that I can have these conversations, because we need to showcase this. We need to have the space to be able to tell our superhero stories, honestly.
Yes.
Now tell me, stroke, how did, like, what does the doctor say once you're in the hospital? What caused all of this? What happened?
The doctors are still trying to figure this all out, because
Here we
I've
go.
already graduated speech therapy. I've graduated physical therapy. I still have to attend speech because I do have some cognitive processing issues, and I'm still
Okay.
working on short-term memory,
Okay.
like regaining the strength of my short-term memory.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll just say the number one question everyone always asks me is, how do you know you were having a stroke? I'm like,
You can feel your body doing
well, I
crazy.
mean, I guess I never not had one, so this was new, and I was just like, this has to be, because I can't control my
What I'm doing.
body.
Mm-hmm.
I just know the TV went blurred, and something was telling me I'm having a stroke. My husband was in the kitchen. I said, babe, I need you to come in the kitchen. Come in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm having a stroke. And I saw him fly in there, and next thing I know, I couldn't stand up. I'm falling, and never in my life. So they carried me out. I could hear them. The ride to the hospital was so crazy because I still couldn't see, but I could hear them talking
Everything.
around me, and they're like, heart rate exceeding 200. And I'm listening to this stuff, and I'm just praying. And I remember grabbing my phone and going to my worship music and laying it on my chest. And I was like, God, I'm your baby.
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
You've already proven that. And I know you, my dad. I belong to you. I said, this can't be my end, because you've shown me too much. You've
Say that again. Can you say that one more time?
This can't be my end, because you've shown me too much. And because the word of God is true, it can't come back empty. He promised me some things that I know have to happen for my children and my children's children. And until those things take place, until I can see them and smell them and taste them and touch them, I know my assignment is not complete. So my being in that ambulance,
you had to have a talk. Like, look now, Dad, we had a conversation, and
I got some work to do.
Exactly. This is not it.
Okay,
this is not
so
it.
What you're trying to prove, not what you're trying to prove, or whatever lesson I need out of this. Whatever this is for, whoever this is for, to see your healing powers, all of that, and whatever else, God, have your way. But I got to get back home to my kids.
Come on.
Okay.
I got to be able to tell this story too. You hear me?
I cried, prayed so hard in that hospital. They were going to take me to the psychiatric ward. I had to tell them, I'm like, no, I'm praying.
I'm
I
not
could
crazy.
Barely talk. I was biting my tongue, and my mouth was bleeding. And so they thought, they're like, she's losing her mind. I'm like, no, I'm praying. I need you guys to
just stay away and let me talk, please.
Leave my room.
Yeah.
I just.
So how did we get 4 days from you not being able to control your limbs and anything? And like, what does that look like I know what it looks like on the spiritual realm. You understand me? I know what it looks like. But from the folks on the outside looking in, what does that look like? 4 days, just 4 days you walking out that hospital.
This is the hardest thing that I have to deal with. But you hear it all the time, especially in the church world, that we're looking to see miracles, signs, and wonders. But what is a wonder? It's something you can't figure out, right? You can't figure it out.
Describe it. Can't figure it out.
Sense. If it starts to make sense, that means anything that makes sense, man can make, can do.
Come on,
right? And so, as far as the whole testimony is concerned, last year collectively or the stroke alone, it's like, it can't make sense. It makes sense if 2 years ago I had a stroke and now I'm better and I'm lively and I'm able to pick my son up and throw him up in the air and catch him. I couldn't do that a couple months ago. I said August 24th.
I know.
It's only February. And guess what? My birthday was 2 days ago.
Happy belated birthday.
First time. Thank you. For the first time, I actually celebrated my birthday.
Wow.
I never celebrated my birthday, but this year
Things
was actually
happen.
a birthday. God showed me who he was to show me who I am in him. And like at this point, I'm unstoppable. So like I'm scared of anybody that's in my way.
I
real.
know that's right. I
I really am, because God empowered me through what I experienced, and it didn't happen to me. It happened for me. It happened for everybody who has been able to watch me, especially my family, because they've seen me grow closer to God. They've seen me trust him. They've seen me work on my body and get strong and cry while I'm trying to do a push-up.
I'm getting so emotional now
You get what
just
I'm
listening
saying?
to you. You
Like
understand me?
But they've seen it. They've seen it. But what you can't do is say you believe God for something and don't put any work with it.
Come on.
Because I've been busting my behind.
Okay? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put in the work, God. You finish the rest, please.
Okay. I was like, and I'm gonna do it every day, and I'm gonna be diligent because I trust you. But I also want you to see that you can trust me. I don't want you to ever feel like you weren't able to walk, talk, eat, chew, or swallow, and I gave you that ability back, and you didn't really do anything with it.
Yeah, come on.
You'll never be able to say I took my life or my time or my people for granted. That's on everything.
That is everything, and that's a word. You understand me? I just attended. I attended service for today. Do you understand me?
You're welcome.
Honestly, no, this is real. Honestly, like I feel like we a lot of times as people will use our stories as a burden or things of that sort. But the fact that you can have literally 2020 came and smacked you around it multiple times. Do you understand me? Tried. Okay. Tried to. You understand me?
Yeah.
But the fact that you even took every single blow, you stood fast in your spirituality and what you believed and who has your back when it's all said and done. And now you can then use those same trials and tribulations to be a blessing to somebody else. Absolutely. That is God's work in its finest.
And that's the point. That's the point. That's the only reason I'm here. That's it.
And it's crazy because I always get a little anxious before it's time for me to record because I'm like, I don't know what it's going to look like or anything. But every single time God steps in and does something crazy. And this is no exception. This is no exception. Yeah. I am so grateful for your life. I'm grateful for your story.
Don't make me cry because
I'm going to make you cry. I'm grateful for your story.
I've never been this emotional in my life, ever. I've never even allowed myself to cry.
God has gotten you to a space, and it's sometimes, God is a tough lover as well. You understand me?
Yes, he is.
So God will sometimes have to knock you down to let you know, hey, I'm gonna show you who's truly in control of this thing. I'm a true living testimony. That's why I relate 1,000%.
Yes.
To when God has to sit you down for a second and say, hey, I need you to recognize this life that you've been given, appreciate every single day of it. You understand me? And love.
Yes.
Your job on this earth is to love unconditionally. That's what we're here to do. And you're doing that, sis. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that you came on here and you reached out to me. Again, that divine timing is so undeniable.
I had to. I was being obedient. When I sit on Clubhouse and I'm like, God, who should I connect with? Because I'm never doing anything purposeless in purposelessness.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. And when I get on there, I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm listening, whoever you need me to connect with, because there's so much power in collaboration. When he said to connect with you, Miss Mophilia.
Yeah.
Mophilia.
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, I need glasses.
It's all right. It's all right. Everybody adds that extra A. That extra I. It's fine.
I want to say it right. Miss Mophilia. It'll never happen again.
Thank you.
You got me together.
Queen Fierce. Look, it was only right.
Yes. I love that. But so that's another thing about the stroke. I just forgot what I was saying. And that happens all day. And I'm so sorry.
No, you do not have to. Look, I have that problem, and I never had any health issues.
But I can say something else good.
Come on, give me something else good. What you got for me? Look, I put you on the spot. No, I'm messing with you. I feel like, oh my gosh, that just got me. Like I was saying it, but when we were recording beforehand, like God has a way of sitting you down. I think the way that life has a way of forcing you into your purpose. A lot of times we will run, we will ignore.
Oh
we
yeah,
will
I've been running for years. You can ask my husband.
Come
I've
on.
been running. Oh no, I
Yeah.
know I ran track in high
Literally
school.
running.
I'm talking about and I knew I was running.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how my strategies, how to run. I would
Mhm.
figure out like I would do a little bit of purpose just because it makes us feel good when we're doing
Yes.
some of purpose.
Mhm.
And then I would do me.
Yeah, that's
I
because
would do a
right.
lot
I'm
of
gonna do
me.
me.
10%
Mhm.
purpose, 90% me. And God was like, okay, you keep playing around if you want to.
I'm gonna go ahead and make this 100% about me.
Because you know it's all about me, right?
Okay.
I was
And
like,
that's honestly, that's why I say divine timing and alignment, because the reason why I even started this podcast was because my own traumas. I started off my first episode talking about me too, because I came out about my story with child molestation. And that's why I say all you have to do is tell your story. And just in me telling my story, it opened up this whole world of young girls that I've been encountered with, that I've been mentoring, who've dealt with the same things, who don't feel comfortable talking to their parents, but will come to me and ask me my advice on, how should I feel with these emotions? How do I deal with this? How do I deal with that? So I'm just like, that's what led me to this podcast. So that's like, when you're working out a purpose, baby, it's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. I keep trying to stop this. Do you understand me? And I can't.
No,
Then I get people like you
it's
who
okay.
reach out.
But this is what the amazing thing to me is, and my husband, we actually, 1 second, because I need some, I gotta stop licking my lips. I hate chapped lips.
I got you. I'm the same way. I get you.
I can keep my earpiece in, but I hate that. Like, and I always tell my daughter, like, go
girl,
do
stop
something
licking
with
your
your
lips now.
Yeah, like, come on, we got stuff. Come on now. But my husband and I, we talk about this frequently, that if you are not operating in your purpose, then the people that are connected to you that need what you have, they also cannot move forward. And so how selfish is it of us to not assume our responsibility of our assignment and our purpose? I mean, literally, your day to day, I'm not saying that you could not have had another guest today, but I could have thrown you off if I didn't fulfill my assignment today.
Come on.
Do you
and
get
your
what I'm
assignment
saying?
was
So
exactly what I needed today. So that's what come
that's
on.
So sweet.
Come
on. But
on.
do you see how it works? How it's orchestrated to be so smooth if we just tap into full alignment with what God is doing? We stress ourselves out trying to over strategize
or trying to do us.
Yeah, that 90%. And he's just like, but I already have this perfect plan for you, and it's packaged and it's ready. It has your name on it. You won't be confused. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's designed and it's tailored specifically for you. You're gonna love it. Your life is gonna be incredible. You're gonna be impactful, effective, and not just that. I'm gonna get the glory out of all of it if you can just. But we are
be
so
obedient.
caught up.
Just be
our
obedient.
Vision board. It's like our vision boards be too lit, and I think our vision boards are more lit than God's plans, and I think I'm not okay with that.
No, I agree with you.
I'm not okay with that.
I agree.
We're more obsessed with vision boards and
I think we spend a lot
of
our lives
praying.
We spend a lot of our lives wasting time trying to figure it out for ourselves. And then, like I always say, God has a moment where he kind of knocks your ass down, excuse my French,
real quick,
and be like, all right, I'm gonna show you what the real plan is. Now that you've done doing all this other fun stuff, let me show you what the real plan is. And I've been telling you this is what the real plan is this whole time, but I'm gonna let you do you. I'm gonna let you do you for a little bit, but you're gonna understand what your purpose is. And that blessing in that moment when you find it, though, there's just so much peace. It doesn't come easy, though. Don't act like it just the moment you're walking in your purpose, it's all gonna be easy breezy beautiful. But as long as you're remembering the reason why you're doing what you're doing, listen, that was a gem. I'm so glad I went back and pressed record. That was a gem.
Remember your why. And I want to add this too, because a lot of times when I'm dealing with my children, I notice that Holy Spirit will give me insight when I'm dealing with and when I'm reprimanding them, a lot of times he shows me the similarities with how he feels about his children. So just like what was happening with my son, just in dealing with him in general. I asked my son, do you love? He always asks, do you love me? You love me? He's almost 2 and he's, you love me? Because that's what we always say. You love me? I asked him, you love me? He's like, yes. And he's like, he gets tired of me asking, so he starts rolling his eyes now. And I'm like, where did he get this from? I'm like, you love me? He's like, yes. I'm like, if you love me, you'll be obedient. I'm asking you to do something and you keep not doing it. Do you want to show me that you love me? And he's like, yes. He's flabbergasted at this point. He's like, yes. He can't believe that I would say that to him. He's he has a huge personality. All of my children do. I wonder why.
Wonder where they get that from.
Wonder where they got He's like, yes, I love you. He couldn't believe that I would ask him that. And I would like to believe that God could feel the same way, because as our creator, I mean, come on, we expect our children to act a certain way. They're our kids. We don't act like that. That's not how I taught you to act. That's not how we behave.
And when
you're
we
my
rebel,
child.
we're not, that you just gave me a whole word. Do you understand me? It's like we can always say, God knows my heart. God knows my heart. But what are we doing to actually show him that we love him? What are we doing?
That obedience that hurts, that obedience doesn't question, that obedience that just gets to it right away, because even slow obedience is disobedience. My son was standing on his toy and I'm like, you're gonna hurt yourself just because you're being disobedient, and I'm trying to save your little behind, but the truck gonna slip from up under you and you're gonna hurt yourself, and I can't do anything about it. But I warned you.
I told you, and I can tell you what's gonna happen. It's your choice.
And that's a lot like God. And I just be like,
know that's
every time,
word.
Every single time I'm like, oh, okay, Holy Spirit, I heard you.
Exactly. Like, you ain't have to get me together through my children now. You didn't have to
first thing in the morning. Like, can I have my coffee first, Lord?
No, God will wake you up first thing with a word. Do you understand me? Immediately. There's no time limit on it.
I've learned to love that about him and seek those moments more where I can be taught. Because I used to be irritated, like I just felt like bombarded all the time.
But I think, again, 2020 forced us to sit down between our personal stories, but just overall, the world had to sit down. So we all had to stop and take a listen to what had to be said. So that's why I'm like, we're Black people, or those who are in tune. I'm not going to just leave it at Black people. I just love us so much. I'm just going to praise us a little bit. So much. But I just feel like those who are truly in tune.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong. It's way past due, way overdue. But I just feel like we as spiritual people are really tapping in and like hearing firsthand what we need to be doing. Now, what you do with that is your business. And I pray that you go the easier route and just be obedient. But no, really quickly, I appreciate you coming on here to tell your story. I know that this is going to be a blessing to anybody that tunes in, watches it. If anybody wants to reach out to you, please let them know how they can find you.
So guys, super thanks for watching. Super thanks for joining us and spending this time with us. You can find me on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all under Queen Fierce.
Yes. Any underscores or anything? Just Queen Fierce?
It is. I'm so glad you said that.
See, I got you,
type in Queen Fierce. Thank you. When you type in Queen Fierce, I always come up first, and that's already dope. But it is Queen Fierce _.
Got you.
So,
got you. Make sure y'all follow her. Tune into and continue to watch her miracles unblossom, or is that a word? That's not a word. Blossom.
We can make it one.
We're gonna make it one today.
This your show.
Exactly. You're the second guest to tell me that. I need to own that. It's my show. I make up the words if I want to.
Absolutely.
But stay tuned to her story. I'm sure you'll be back because you have a powerful testimony, and I'm all about connecting with those powerful superheroes. That's what I call you guys. I call us superheroes, quite frankly. So thank you for being a walking angel and a walking superhero on this planet. We need more like you, and continue to never shut up about your story. Do you understand me?
I won't. I'm going to tell it too much. I promise.
Look, they're going to get tired. In the meantime, family, make sure y'all follow the podcast, Let's Get Naked, LEZGET, NAKED with an underscore on Instagram and Twitter without one on Facebook. You can also follow my personal pages, MzMo Phila, MzMoPhila. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, or if you have anything you want me to pass along to Miss Queen Fierce, honey, make sure you email me, letsgetnaked1@gmail.com. Again, Queen Fierce. That's a name. That is a fitting name.
It's pretty dope, right?
Yes. Thank you.
I did not come up with that.
Listen, some things just get handed to you. You understand me?
Yeah, I swear.
Thank you. I'm just going to stop recording, but I'm not going to let you go just yet. But I want to say thank you officially in front of the family for showing up to Let's Get Naked. Family, thank y'all for tuning in. Oh, I got to get used to this because I'm on YouTube now. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff on YouTube and get me popping, man. In the meantime, I'll tune in with y'all next time. I love y'all, family. Peace out.
Let's get naked. Like the juice do, like the juice do. Don't step off the floor, baby, me and you, baby, me and you. Let's get naked. Oh, let's get naked.